An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
In a few moments, the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.6:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Niranjan Abesundara. Former Minister Richard Baduddin produced before the Fourth Magistrate Court. Mr. Prasanna said there is no necessity to close down the Kattanaka Free Trade Zone. Education Ministry introduces a hotline number to relay any information on health issues at examination centres. Meanwhile, the corona cluster increases to 2,122. In world news, millions in the UK face tougher COVID-19 lockdowns in the coming days. Sports, it's football. Germany, Netherlands and Belgium announce a joint bid to host the 2027 Women's World Cup. Former Minister Richard Baduddin, who was arrested by the Criminal Investigation Department, has been produced before the Fourth Magistrate Court. Baduddin was arrested by CID officers at housing complex at Ebenezer Place in Dehibara this morning. Mr. Prasanna Ranthunga said there is no necessity to close down the Kattanaka Free Trade Zone. During a media briefing today at the Kampala District Secretariat, he said that future course of action would be taken according to the instruction of the health authorities. About 5,000 employed at the Kattanaka Free Trade Zone were subject to PCR tests yesterday. The Minister said the guidelines have been issued in connection with the employing of manpower workers at free trade zones and in factories outside the zones. The factory owners have been informed to employ only one group if they are employing manpower workers according to health guidelines. Meanwhile, Board of Investment said that they are paying strict attention on following health guidelines at the factories. The editor of the Government Medical Officers Association, Dr. Haritha Arutge, says that the next 2 weeks are decisive in connection with the spread of coronavirus. Therefore, he requested the public to minimize travelling and to follow health guidelines to the best of their ability. The Minister of Justice decided to conduct the Public Day online. Decision has been taken after considering the difficulties faced by the public to arrive at the Justice Ministry due to the coronavirus. Accordingly, finding solution to the problem of the public online was launched this morning under the patronage of the Minister Ali Sabri. The Ministry has requested the public to send their problem to be solved by the Minister on the Public Day on Monday by Friday of the previous week. Former President Maithripala Sirisena is giving evidence now before the Presidential Commission to inquire into political victimization. He has been named as the respondent of a complaint made by the former Sri Lanka ambassador to Russia, Udayanga Weerathunga. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999.
The new Commissioner General of Labour, Prabhat Chandrakirti, assumed duties today at the Labour Department. He is the 23rd Commissioner General of the Department. Speaking to the media after assuming office, he said that the Labour Department will be made an institution that provides services to the public efficiently and without corruption. He requested the support of everyone to achieve this aim. While attending the function, Minister Nima Siripala Silva said that the government has paid attention to increase the daily wage of estate workers to 1,000 rupees. He said necessary measures in this regard will be taken within the next 2 months. He also said necessary steps have been taken to increase compensation payments due to an accident. Muthurajawala of the Western Province, Pansarathana and Mausaba of Central Province have been named as environmental conservation zones. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera signed the relevant document today. The Minister said Parliament approval will be obtained to issue the Gazette notification declaring these as environmental conservation zones. The minister said that 2 environmental zones are facing a danger due to human activities. And that ends local news for now.
An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddha Lepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddha Lepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddha Lepa Vidya Mahatmya.
37 more coronavirus patients have recovered and have been discharged from hospital. That brings the total number of coronavirus recoveries in the country to 3,440. Meanwhile, the number of infected persons of the Minuvangada corona cluster had increased to 2,122. 47 infected persons have been found today. 44 of them are factory employees at quarantine centres and the others are their contacts. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepa Vidya Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddha Lepa.
On to Watchla, the Ministry of Education requests to inform them immediately if the health safety of students at an examination centre is found to be irresponsibly compromised or if necessary health facilities are not provided. The Education Ministry has introduced a hotline number 1988 to relay any such notification. That came to in Watchlight. On to World News. Millions in the UK face tougher COVID-19 lockdowns in the coming days. Finland's Nokia selected to build a mobile network on the moon for NASA. Thai police on the media probe over protests. About 6 million people in the United Kingdom face tougher COVID-19 lockdowns in the coming days as Wales and Manchester, the country's third largest city, mull additional restrictions as the coronavirus outbreak accelerates. After a public row with Great Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham, who accused Prime Minister Boris Johnson of attempting to sacrifice the north of England to save jobs in the south, Housing Secretary Robert Jennings said a lockdown could be imposed within days. Finland's Nokia has been selected by the US National Aeronautics and Space Administration to build the first cellular network on the moon. The lunar network will be a part of the US Space Agency's efforts to return humans to the moon by 2024 and to build a long-term human presence and settlements there under its Artemis program. Thai police said today they had ordered an investigation of 4 news outlets under emergency measures introduced last week and imposed curbs on the messaging app Telegram to try to stop 3 months of protests against the government and the monarchy. The announcement prompted anger from media groups and accusations of an attack on the press freedom by the government of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. And back to the headline of the world news. Millions in the UK face tougher COVID-19 lockdowns in the coming days. Finland's Nokia selected to build a mobile network in the moon for NASA. Thai police saw the media probe over protests. That was world news.
Development News is brought to you by...
My wife always sets a full lunch table even if it's just the two of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neve.
Sri Lanka produced a record paddy harvest in 2020 as both cultivation seasons gave a bumper crop. As favourable weather, robust policy assistance and assurance of guaranteed prices gave hope and certainty to the farming community. As a result, in the latest concluded Yala season, Sri Lanka's paddy farmers generated a record 1,840 million metric tons of paddy, sufficient for 5 months of consumption. That was Development News.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the four of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Mummy insisted on building an extra room in our new house.
Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan නෙවෙයි.
Sports News is brought to you by
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Football news. Germany, the Netherlands and Belgium have announced a joint bid to host the 2027 Women's World Cup. The three countries' football associations said they had presented plans to the world governing body FIFA and will draft further details such as host cities in the coming months. Last year, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Iceland and Faroe Islands said they were working on a joint bid. 2023 edition will be held in Australia and New Zealand. Baseball news. Los Angeles Dodgers overturned a 3-1 series deficit to beat the Atlanta Braves and reach the World Series. The Dodgers won the deciding 7th game 4-3 on Sunday, with Cody Bellinger hitting the crucial home run. It made the third World Series appearance in 4 years for the Dodgers as they chase a first title win since 1988 starting on Tuesday. That was Sports News.
Hey guys, we've got our very own Queen Bee here to review something for us.
Okay, here we go. It's the right amount of crunch and OMG, so much chocolate. The texture is so good. It's creamy and velvety and just so much chocolate. The packaging is super cool and new and there's like so much chocolate. And OMG, the taste, it tastes like so good and there's so much chocolate. Like with every bite. 10 out of 10 for me.
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings. Reach out the high goals.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
UB Finance Company Limited, a subsidiary of Union Bank of Colombo PLC, has committed a rights issue amounting to 1.6 billion rupee to strengthen its balance sheet and meet the capital guidelines of Central Bank of Sri Lanka by 31st December. The company has recorded significant growth since its acquisition by Union Bank of Colombo PLC in 2011 and has established itself as the premier financial services provider in the island. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Reach out the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions, LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
Buoyed by positive local investor sentiment, the main all-share price index of the Colombo Stock Exchange rose 2.54% or 147.07% last week to 5945.979. The more liquid S&P SL20 index rose 0.93% or 21.93 points to 2370.43. Average turnover for the week was 4.3 billion rupees, significantly higher than the year-to-date average turnover. That was economic news.
Hello, Puta, did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th stage begins. 40% discount for selected goods from 12th to 25th of October. Visit CIB today.
The Met Department says showers will occur tomorrow at several places in the western Sabaragawa province and the Golden Mathura districts. Short thundershower will occur at several places in the northern province. Gust winds can be expected in the Batticaloa, Trincomalee, Mathura and Hambantota districts and on the western slopes of the Central Hills. That was the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th stage begins. 40% discount for selected goods from 12th to 25th of October. Visit CIB today.
And back to the headlines of the news. Former Minister Rashad Baduddin produced before the Fort Magistrates Court. Mr. Prasanna said there is no necessity to close down the Katnaka Free Trade Zone. Education Ministry introduces a hotline number to relay any information on health issues at examination centres. Minonga corona cluster increases to 2,122. In world news, millions in the UK face tougher COVID-19 lockdown in the coming days. Sports is football. Germany, the Netherlands and Belgium announced a joint bid to host the 2027 Women's World Cup.